Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. Today is a special day. Today we are going to do just two projects, which is unusual for me because I want to show you the newest thing from Let's Resin. They asked me if I would review this. Of course I wanted to. It's been out for a little while, but the creators haven't been using it yet, so they I think got all the bugs out that they wanted to get out. So now it's time to unbox the Let's Resin auto pump machine. Are you guys ready for this? I'm so excited to try it. So let's get this set up. I'm going to show you step by step what we need to do to set it up. And then we're going to do this project, which is two orders I need to do, a butterfly jar and then that little chest of drawers. I also have these to finish. This is from the last Amazon Live a while back for you, but it's time to finish those up and unmold those. So let's get started and let's get this unboxed. Here it is. It's in the box. I haven't done anything yet, so we're going to open up the box together, get all the parts out, make sure everything's in there, and then let's see if we can do this. I'm going to go ahead and unbox it from the floor, which is packed inside a box in a box. We've got some styrofoam that is securing everything. I've got two metal wands. I don't know what you call them yet, but we'll get that. I'm going to just pull the machine out. And I'm trying to set it up where I'm going to keep it. And it's also sitting inside. It's packaged really nicely. You've got your manual here. It's definitely packed well. It's got several pieces of styrofoam in these boxes. Let's move them out of the way and see what we have in here. We've got some hoses. I'm just going to get everything out and unpackaged. And then we'll go through the manual and we're going to get this thing set up today. Do a project with it. Okay, let's get these out and see what we have. Let's go through all the parts to make sure we have everything. So, of course, we've got the resin pump. We have the silicone tray right here that is removable. We have the power cord. Silicone resin nozzles, 2 pieces. I'm thinking it's these. Bottle stoppers. Here are 4 bottle stoppers. 2 stainless steel tubes. We've got PVC hoses, 4 of them, and 2 pieces of the PVC hose right there. We have cable ties, what they call cable ties. We call them zip ties. And they come with 2 fuses, which are right here, and of course the instruction manual. Step 1, we need to remove the 6 screws on the back cover and remove the back cover. So let's get these screws out, which are very easy to unscrew. You don't need a screwdriver. No tools were included, so I don't think we're going to need any tools for this. And I'll set these aside so I don't lose them. There we go. Next thing you want to do, take these little red stoppers off. And we're going to connect the hose, those long hoses, there's 4 of them. They're going to come up through here and then up to that little piece right up there. And then use a zip tie, what I call a zip tie. Push that all the way up so it goes above that piece. Make sure you have enough hose in there. Okay, there's one. Let's get the other one. I'm just going to just push that all the way up, make sure it's secured. And make sure there's enough hose in there to secure it up. There we go. That one looks good and that one looks good. So I'm going to grab 2 of the zip ties, cable ties, and it needs to be secured at the top to hold that in place. So just take these and make sure they are tight. I'll cut that off as soon as I get this one done. That should be good right there. So let's cut that off so they're not sticking out, and let's get to step 3. It's time to prepare for the bottles, and that's with these little black things. Now, very important step that a lot of people are not doing that have already received this. There's a little hole, there's 2 holes here. I've already done this one. I have not done this one. There's a little stopper right inside that hole. You need to take your tweezers and remove that little tiny stopper the best you can. It's got to come out. That allows the airflow to let the resin pump through that. I got all 4 of them out. They were not hard to get out. It was just hard to do it in front of a camera. So once you have them out, you're going to press this inside the bottle and get it nice and tight. I'll do that on each side. And these are the 1-gallon bottles. You don't have to have the 1-gallon bottles, but it will last you longer, put it that way. Then you're going to take your stainless steel pipe and we're going to push it all the way down in there. All the way down. I wouldn't say don't let it sit on the bottom, otherwise it will have a hard time suctioning. And then we're going to put the other PVC hose onto here. So I pushed it down and then I pulled it a little bit back up. Now the hose is going to go on here. Oops, wrong hose. It should be the hose that is coming out of the machine, not a separate hose. So I'm just going to put the hose on like that and like this. And we're going to use the other zip ties to secure them. You're going to want to put these on tightly. It says so you're not creating excessive air when you are suctioning your resin. So let's get these as tight as possible. So you will, when you change your bottles, you are going to need to purchase some more of these zip ties, which you can buy at any hardware store. Let's get this one on. So try to get them as tight as you can. And then I'm just going to cut them just to get it out of my way. But make sure they're tight before you cut them. Here's a really, really important thing to make sure you know. Part A is going to always need to be Part A. Part B is always going to need to be Part B. So I'm going to mark my hose in here so I don't forget. If you change them on the next batch, your resin is going to solidify. Your machine will be garbage. Make sure you don't ever mix these up. It is recommended that your machine sits higher than your bottles. In my particular case, I cannot set my bottles behind the counter because it's built into my room. So I may have to lift my machine if it doesn't prime higher than the bottles, or I'm going to have to put the bottles down on the floor in front. But typically it would probably go behind your table if you can, but they do recommend it being higher than your bottles. So the next thing we're going to do is take this piece of packing out. Oop. And they have these 2 little nozzles that they want on here. So push those up in there. They were in this packing and they're also in the kit that it came with. So those 2 go in there. I don't know if it matters. I don't think it matters which way they're facing. Next step is to put the back on. So we're just going to close it up, put the screws back in, and power it up. The power cord goes right here on the bottom. So we're just going to plug this part in. Oops, upside down, this way. And then I'm going to turn it around and get it plugged into the wall. Let's go ahead and turn it on. So the power button is right above the plug in the back. You just flip the switch on. You'll see the screen come on. Press and hold the power button till the screen stays illuminated. So there's two variables, milliliter and ounces. This is going ounces by weight. So there's a scale in here. As I'm touching that, it's going up and down. We don't weigh Let's resin by weight. It's by volume. But there are resins out there that you would do by weight. You're going to take your cup. So right now, I'm going to switch the way I do things to milliliters because I go by fluid ounces on the ounce part, but it's not the same as weight. So I'm going to go ahead and switch it up to milliliters. I have already primed these hoses off camera. So what it did, before I get into this, I turned it on and I've done the minimum, which is 50 milliliters. And when the machine first comes on, let me back this up a little bit. When the machine first comes on, it primes one side of the hose and dispenses it. It could take 3 to 5 minutes. Once this side was completely done and primed and in the cup, then it went to this side. It primed the hose and then it dispensed it. So that's the way it was working. I wasn't sure if that was correct, but that's obviously the way it is correct. I'm going to use this cup, but you're going to want to change your numbers here. Let me go back in. There we go. And if you press and hold the tare button, you're going to switch between ounces and milliliters. So I'm going to switch over to milliliters because I need volume. If you press and hold the mode button here, you can go back and forth between 1-to-1 resin, which is your normal everyday epoxy, and 2-to-1 resin, which is your deep pour resin. So I want 1-to-1 resin for this. Press and hold the mode button until that stops blinking. Your minimum capacity for milliliters is 50 milliliters. Let's show you the minimum for ounces is 2 ounces by weight. So we want to do, I think I'm going to do just half of what I normally do. So I'm going to get a smaller cup. Let's just do, and before I go doing 17 ounces, I'm going to switch this back over to milliliters. And I want, how many milliliters is about 9 ounces? I'm going to do 250 milliliters. So here I'm going to, oops, it's going up 100 milliliters at a time. 50, 150, 250, 350. So I'm going to do 250 milliliter capacity. So let me go get a smaller cup. So what you do here is you put your cup on the surface. You can see that it's weighing that cup. We need to clear the weight, and to do that you press the tare button and you have that back to 0. So I have it set for 250 milliliters, 1-to-1 resin, and that's all you do. Pretty simple. Press this go, play, start button, whatever you want to do. This is your start and your stop button. So if you need to stop it, press this button. So I'm going to go ahead and press that. It's dispensing side A, and then it's going to dispense side B. So you could see it up here calculating how much it's doing. I'm going to just go ahead and let that run.
Glitz and glitter, lighting up the night. Painting dreams with a shimmer so bright. Rhinestones dancing, catching every eye. This is my moment, gonna touch the sky. Dipped in gold with a stroke of flare. Diamonds shine in the midnight air. Glue and gems, they're my magic spell, turning the ordinary.
And there it goes. It beeps when it's complete. We've got, I didn't turn it around here, 250 milliliters right there on that line. So since it's mixed, let's go use it.
Something to tell. Glitz and gold with a stroke of...
Now that that's mixed up, what I'm going to do is split it. And I think I'm going to do, gosh, I'm not sure, 2 ounces of the white. She wants Crystal White by Rolio, Pearl White by Rolio. And then the red, how much was that? 8 ounces. So the rest would be the red pigment paste by Let's Resin for the actual body of the chest. So let's get these in here. I guess I could have left that in here, but that's okay. We're going to reuse this silicone cup to dispense the other 8 ounces that I need for the butterfly jar. So I'm going to get it all scraped out, make sure I could see unmixed right there. So I'm just going to mix it in. And I think what I'm going to do first is get the white done. I think what I'm going to do is get the white done in the 2 ounces. And, well, I need to put it through the bubble remover. We're going to use the Let's Resin bubble remover today and get the bubbles out since we're doing their other one. So she wants that sparkly white for the drawers and the tray. And I meant to dissolve it, but I don't think I'm going to have a problem with that. So I think that's good. It's pretty much mixed in. All right. A little bit unmixed right there. Now let's get the red pigment paste in here. That's what I was thinking, pigment paste. That's why I didn't dissolve it, because I was like not even thinking. So let's do a little bit of the red, opaque red. Just make sure you mix it really, really, really well. Get that mixed up. We're going to run this through the bubble remover, get all the bubbles out, and then we're going to pour. This one should be fine on the table. I don't think we need a pressure pot for it, but I don't know. Maybe I will change my mind if it fits. I know I'm putting the other one in the pressure pot, but so we don't have to run it through any kind of bubble remover for the next one. It looks pretty good, but I want to wipe off my stick to get that unmixed pigment paste off the tip of that. And it looks pretty opaque. It's going to be poured deep. Now that I have it all debubbled, I realized that this will fit on the top portion of the vacuum or the pressure pot. So I'm going to fill it and then I'm going to put it in there. I am going to spritz it just because of all those little facets. If they get stuck in there, the pressure pot will not get them bubbles out. So I'm just going to pour it in, and then it doesn't matter if I create bubbles at this point. And I'm hoping my ratios are right, or I'm going to have to mix up a little bit extra on the next one because I'm not sure if 2 ounces were enough. Why do I have 8 ounces written on here? It's definitely not in the red. So I got my ratios wrong. And I have, oh goodness, 2.5 ounces left. I'm going to need obviously a lot more white. I have 8 written on that, but that was for all these pieces. But these didn't look too deep to me, so I don't know. Maybe I have the wrong number written on there. Let's see what we come up with. So when I mix up the next batch, I will just have to make some more for white, I guess. So I don't think I have enough. I want to make sure. I don't know. I think I just have the wrong number written on my mold. It really should be 6. Because this was 2. You want to get it down in that little. So I got a couple ounces of red left over. So 2 was good for these pieces, so that's good. Okay, well, I just had the wrong number written on there. I'm going to go ahead and scrape these out. I should be able, they're pretty stiff molds. I can carry them over with no problem and get them into the pressure pot, but I just need to get the other one done first because it's going on the bottom and this one is going to go on the top shelf. So what do I do with, oh gosh, I have 3 ounces left of that. What in the world? Okay, let me find something. I have this little guy we molded. It was sent in Happy Mail. I don't remember what it is. We're going to just pour it. Let me get this out. There's something in here. I'm just going to pour it and see what it is because I don't remember. Do I want to change the color though? Red? Well, we're going to do it red because I'm not quite sure exactly what he was. I do know that Don molded it when we got that little thing. It was 3D printed. I wonder if it's going to fit in the pressure pot. If not, it's okay. And it's going to take basically almost all 3. Okay, so that was a good choice. I see it needs a little stir right there. I'm not going to bother with that. Let's go back over and get another 250 mils out. All I did was press the tear button after I put this on. So I'm going to put that on. See, it's 99 mil. Tear it and let's press the go button. We're going to do this again for the butterfly jar.
Glitz and glitter, lighting up the night. Painting dreams with a shimmer so bright. Rhinestones dancing, catching every eye.
Okay, perfect. Now what I do want to tell you, this little plug here that goes into your containers, when you're not using it, use this part here, plug that up so the air doesn't contaminate your resin while it's waiting for your next pour. So don't forget to do that. I took the rest of the little bit of red, I think there was about 1 ounce left, added the pearl white to the red and put it into my pendant mold while this was mixing, because this was the hands-free mixer I was using. I don't know why I didn't use it earlier. So I put the head on and just let it run for 5 minutes. And this one, like I said, I don't need to run it through a vacuum chamber or anything because it's going into the pressure pot. And this is for Rose, and she loves this snowflake shard. It's shards, really. It's very iridescent. So we're going to mix that in here. I am going to add glue to this because they will sink. They're pretty heavy. I think she's going to want more than that, though. A little bit more. Whoop, probably enough there. And I need to get everything moved over into the pot. A lot of people ask, and a lot of people are new, what's the difference between a pressure pot and a vacuum chamber? It's a good question. I didn't know for the longest time. So the pressure pot squeezes the bubbles under pressure while it's curing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you have to leave it in there the whole time it's curing so the bubbles don't come back. If you release the pressure too early and it's still watery, the bubbles will come right back. A vacuum chamber pulls the bubbles up out of the resin before you pour it. But there's lots of ways to reincorporate bubbles into it after you pull it out of the vacuum chamber as well, just by stirring and by pouring and the molds sometimes. So that's the difference between the two. So when I have a faceted mold like this one, I like to use the pressure pot just to squeeze everything. This one is very tricky because of the butterflies on the side. So I do have to manipulate them. The last time I did it, I squeezed them out with my thumbs, really. I found the little butterflies along the sides. Somehow you could feel them, and I had to push the resin in there because every time I was making this particular jar, the bubbles would get into the wings, and I didn't know why or what I had to do. So I'm just feeling around. I think there's 4 or 6 of them, and I'm just squeezing the resin and kind of rubbing the resin into them. And hopefully it works. Now, being clear with this glitter, they're probably not going to be so noticeable. But again, I don't want them there. If I could do anything to stop that from happening, I'm going to do it one more time just because I don't know if the resin was high enough. I started there. Keep my finger where I started. This is the only mold I have from Into Resin that I really have to be diligent about one portion of it. All right, that's good. Let's pour this into the butterfly jar lid. And all those bubbles, look at that one that came up. I'm just going to squish it down in there since my hands are dirty anyway. Get it down into the wings. Fill it up. Put it in the pressure pot and wait about 7 hours. 6 or 7 hours, and then I'll put it on the heat mat just to get a final good cure on it before we unmold it. But it might be unmoldable being this big of a mold. This much resin, it might be unmoldable without the heat mat, so I'll let you know what I do. So I will get that done. If there's anything left, I will, yeah, there is some left, so we'll have to do something with the rest of that too. What I did with the extra, because I have a good, at least an ounce, maybe a little more, I added more snowflake glitter, ran it through the vacuum chamber to get the bubbles out, so I think I'm going to put it in this little flower pot thing. I haven't used much because it's got the glue in here. You have to run it through. If you're not going in a pressure pot, you've got to get those bubbles out or you're going to see. Watch, I won't have, oh no, you're going to tell me I don't have enough? Please tell me I don't have to make up some for an extra, just an extra. Oh my gosh, I don't have enough. No way. It's almost enough. Ah. All right, looks like I'm making up an extra. Making up some more just to do this extra. Otherwise, it won't be connected. See, it's got to go through. Maybe I can get it connected. Maybe if I push some in here. No, that's not going to work either. It's got to be through this hole. It's got to be that high, so that totally stinks. What I will do is just mix up another ounce or so, and then get this filled up. And now that I did that, I'm not going to pull it out of there and do something else. So, all right, time for the comment of the day, and then we'll unmold. Let's go through some of these things while I wait for the bigger ones to cool down a little bit more. Now, while I was waiting, I did demold the globes and painted them. They took me about an hour to paint them. So I'm glad I didn't wait till now because it's kind of late waiting for that pressure pot. So when I took them out of the pressure pot after 7 hours, I put them on the heat mat for an hour and a half. And they're just coming off, so the big pieces are just cooling down. This is the flower extra from the Let's Resin Amazon Live. So this was deep pour resin in the interference green. So I just tipped it with red and that's it. So it's really pretty. And deep pour does cure this shallow. It just takes quite a while. I unmolded these because these were done. This is the crushed crystal in the red. That was the extras. So those look really nice with that crushed crystal. Almost has a pink hue to it now. So those are pretty. I put all the bales on already. And these are the two that I did for the Amazon Live, if you missed it. This was crushed crystal in the deep pour resin, and then I painted everything after demolding it. Got some dust on there from the sander. And then I put some butterflies on there. And this was the one from the Live, so it's really cute. I added some flowers down there, and then polka dots and butterflies, all different color mushrooms on that one. And then today's I painted, this is not clear, and it's got the interference green swirled in there for that look. And then I painted a green parrot, just added some red, some blue, some gold on him. Painted the branch and his feet and everything. So that's the parrot in the green. Love it. And here is the other mushroom one. So I went the same on all the mushrooms, and I did gold stems with the white little, I'm going to call it collar. I don't know what it's called. And then red with white polka dots on top. And there's a little butterfly there. I did like a brownish gray for the earth. And then I glued on these iridescent roses there. And then a couple different greens into the flowery greenery part. And it takes such a long time because it doesn't matter what marker you use. This was a combination between metallic and Let's Resin. And you always, no matter what marker you use, have to do 2 to 3 coats. And then touching up, and then I was going around all the edges where I went over. So it took quite a while to do them. But I love that one. I love the little red mushrooms. So there's that one. This, let's see. Okay, these are the extras. So what I did, remember the first 50 milliliters, I tested the machine and primed it before I turned the video on. Well, this is the first 50 milliliters. I had put it in here, and I had put it in here just to pour it into something because I wasn't expecting to do this. This isn't really cured because it was not on the heat mat. And the reason this is empty is because, remember, I had to refill this one? Well, I took this little guy and dumped it right into there. So there's why it's blue. So yeah, I don't know if I could get this one out because that stem in the center is so thin. I might break it off. I don't know if I should do this or not. Very carefully. It really needs to be completely cooled because it's very, very thin right there. Let's see if I can like wiggle it out. Oh, there we go. I figured I'm probably going to paint the bottom pot anyway, so I went ahead and put the blue in there. So that's actually not too bad. I'll probably paint it though. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll have to think about it. So that's really cute, and it stands up all by itself. And then this is just the little extras conch tray that I have from Into Resin. And I thought that that was going to be pretty. I just threw some drops of ocean alcohol ink, octopus alcohol ink in there to get that color. So that came out really good for not even, I don't know if I vacuum chambered this or not. I must have, because it's completely bubble free. So I must have vacuum chambered it first. Okay, let's do this little fella. And I have on here 3D Hippo. So, oh, and then because I forgot to fill up the chest while I put it into the pressure pot, I dumped some of this little hippo into the chest because I used up all the resin in him, not realizing I was going to need it. So I dumped some of the extra into here. It's just, you know, I had to fill it up. So I had a little bit of this extra. Oh, that's right. That's this little fella. Oh, I lost an ear because I didn't wait. Oh no, I didn't lose an ear because I didn't wait. Oh yeah, there it is. I thought, I forgot about his little ears. I didn't know what he looked like, but I could put a little hat on his head. That one's soft too. Or glue it back on. But he's a little grumpy old thing. You could see the glitter through him, so I don't know if I'm going to finish him or not. There's a seam there. You could tell it's a 3D print, so not sure I'll make molds out of this one, but he's kind of funny. You could see all the filament lines. All right, that's enough of that. Let's see if I can get these out. I know I can get this one out. And there is the tray, which is upside down because it goes this way. But she wanted the white. This is for Randy. And the rose, or the butterfly jar, is for Rose. So that's really nice in that color. This one has, oh, I forgot about those. I wonder if I got bubbles in them. I shouldn't because it was in the pressure pot, but let's not pop them off because it's too soft. I really need to wait till these cool down. I have another one of these on order. So I need to get them done. Come on, I'm trying to be really careful. So there's the one little wonky drawer. I'll just trim that up so it fits in there, but no bubbles on that. So that's good. I'm afraid, I don't know if I should wait. Oh, no bubbles under that one either. Just don't want them to pop off as I'm unmolding it, or I'll be doing it again. There we go. So cute. I mean, they're functional drawers. They're just really tiny. Really, really tiny. Should I take my chances? Oh, I really don't. I really don't know. I got the other two out. I don't know. I'm doing it now, I guess. Come on. Trying not to touch the inside of the mold at the same time. Oh goodness, why do I not wait? Because it gets late, that's why I don't wait. There we go, we did it. No bubbles underneath. That's awesome. So those are the drawers and the tray. His poor little ear. And let me see how those are doing. These might be okay to come out. They seem pretty cool. Let me check in my butterfly wings. They look pretty good. So that might be the trick. That's the second time I did that with my fingers into the butterfly wings, and it looks like that worked again. Ooh, this is going to be really pretty. I just can't do it under the camera. It's too suctioned to the centerpiece. There it is. Look at that. We got full butterflies. Yay! I think that is the first good one I have done perfectly. So pretty. All those iridescent colors. She just wants a little bit of silver trimmed onto here, so I'll have to see what I could do. Hopefully the butterfly comes out in one piece. It did. Whoops, I just knocked over my... So there is the butterfly jar. So we got some pearls on the edge of the butterfly we could probably do, and just a little bit around this top rim here. There's not a whole lot I would want to cover up. Maybe I'll do the butterflies so you can see them, but I'll think about that. I do need to trim the bottom. Okay, one more to come out. Let's hope it's cool enough. And he pops right out. I need to get that 8 off of this mold because it only holds 3. 3 for the chest and 2 for the drawers. So 5 total. Come on. Trying to be really careful. There it comes. There it is. Oh, wow. That looks amazing. I did mine in red too, so it's not that big of a shocker. I gotta trim these. I don't think they're gonna fit just yet. That one fits. That one fits. That's gonna look so cute. And then of course the tray, unfortunately, goes upside down, but there's sparkle in it, so that's not too bad. I guess they can always what's the word? Change it. And make it go the other way. But I'm not going to do that for them because I don't know what their plans are. So that is the chest. I'm not going to embellish this one or anything. I will trim it. That's pretty much it. So give me a couple minutes. It's not enough to do on camera. So I will just come back in just 1 second. Well, my friends, that is everything for today. I'm not going to do anything to the hippo because I don't like the glitter in there. Trimmed everything, put Resin Restore on the back of the trim marks so you cannot see them anymore. All the drawers work great. Here's the flower. So I just put some gold pen. I didn't spend a lot of time on it. Silver here, green there, and little gold in the center. And we're going to leave it like that. That'll be a giveaway. This, for Rose, I painted these butterflies in silver, and then I wanted to highlight the rose for her since her name is Rose and she likes purple. So I put a purple rose and a green stem on each one of them. So those came out good, and then I put silver around those little pearls and silver around that edge. So that's it for that. I love it. It looks really good. I don't think I did anything else. I just trimmed everything. So that's it. You guys check out that dispenser if you have not already. I know it's been on the market for a little while, but they, like I said, were working out any kinks. We're seeing what was going on, you know, from the people who had purchased them. They really didn't need to change anything, it doesn't sound like. We just needed to reiterate some points that I already went over on what could possibly have gone wrong, but it works perfect. It measured 250 milliliters exactly. So I'm pretty happy with it, I'll be using it obviously from now on. So if I find anything else that I need to tell you about it, I will definitely do that. So stick around for the pictures, guys. I'm glad you joined me. I will see you back here tomorrow. Have a blessed day, everybody. Bye.
Glitz and glitter paint her way. She lights up hearts come what may. With a brush of faith she starts. Jesus whispers through her art. Patience blooms in every hue. Her love for viewers shines so true. Shimmer sparkles in her eyes. A radiant soul under bright skies. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story. Her colors tell faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining heart. Ooh, 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 ooh. Canvas dreams and sparkly streams. Her laughter flows like sunlit beams. With each stroke her spirit sings. A masterpiece of golden wings. She sprinkles joy like morning dew. In every shade a promise new. A life of love, a life of grace. In her art we see his face. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story. Her colors tell faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining heart.